Okay, so now it's time to combine all of the different features that we've learned to draw over the last 3 weeks and make a full face. If you want, you can Google facial proportions and do a Google image search, and it will help you come up with kind of the basics of where things should fall. I'm going to start with a light line going through the middle of my paper, vertically and horizontally. As a rule of thumb, even though it doesn't seem like it, the eyes should usually fall in the middle of the face because your head and hairline take up so much space. So let's say we went like an inch below the top of the paper and an inch below and an inch above the bottom of the paper. My eyes would fall right here, which I know seems not quite right, but I promise it is. So the basic face shape is going to be kind of like an upside down egg. And so the chin obviously comes to a point. And the reason why we have these guidelines is so that you can see the symmetry. You can see if it's the same on both sides. So like this square should be very similar to this square, and see how they're kind of big and full like a circle. And then on this square, it's coming in to form that chin, okay? Now, about halfway in between this and the top of the head is where the hairline is going to be. It's a little bit above halfway, right? So the hairline is going to come like that. All right. Now, the eyes are going to come on this middle point, and there should be 5 eyes wide. So let's see, if we were to do them this big, if I were to measure, I've got roughly 1 to the side, 1 to the middle, 1 here. Ooh, it's not wide enough on this side, my face. Okay, so the eyes are going to be almond shaped, which basically means ovals that come to kind of a point. And I extended that side. Remember, you want to do whatever you did on one side, you're trying to keep it as similar on the other side as possible. Like this eye looks smaller than this eye. So I'm gonna make this one a little smaller and make the other one a little bigger. And the like smallest bit of difference really does change the way it looks when you're talking about symmetry. Okay, so now halfway down from here to here is going to be the bottom of the nose. And then remember, it's kind of like a circle in the middle. Hold on one second. All right, so then you're going to come and do your nostrils on both sides, and the nostrils should line up with the inside of the eye. The rest we're going to be doing shading, so remember, don't start doing hard lines. All right, now halfway between the nose and the bottom of the chin is the line for the mouth. And remember, we're going to kind of do a circle going in the middle, and then some like teardrop shapes coming on each side, pointed down. And the middle of the eye should be where the lips go out to. So it's gonna kind of go like that. Sorry guys, my son's in the background. All right. All right, so now that I have kind of my basic proportions laid out, I can start adding in more detail. I'm going to, there's a little line right here where the chin kind of comes in. There's a little Cupid's bow line right here. Again, we're gonna do some shading coming here. We're gonna do the eyebrows coming up over here. Remember, don't just draw your eyebrows with sideways strokes. Draw your eyebrows as if you're drawing each hair. It's gonna look so much more realistic. Now, if you need to draw the actual shape of the eyebrow first so that it stays symmetrical, you can do that. And then go back and draw it really light, fill it in, and then erase the outside. All right, I'm gonna kind of bring this in so it's a little thinner and add my ear. The top of my ear is gonna fall just a little bit above that middle line. All right. And at this point, this can be either a boy or a girl, right? Everyone has kind of the same basic proportions. And then you can decide with the hair. So probably the head is about here and the hair comes up a little bit above it because our hair doesn't sit, perfectly flat to our head. So you could look up, again, I think Google image searches are great, looking up different hairstyles and put in drawing of. So like drawing of boys' hair, drawing of girls' hair, and look up some ways to draw different hairstyles that will help you add that feature to it. All right, we're adding in the little eye crease, we're adding in our eyelashes, and then we're gonna go back and start doing our shading. Our shading going down the bridge of the nose. Going down the bridge of the nose. Coming up and going around the eye, coming up and going below the eye, so we're making that eye socket. We're adding a little bit of shadow right here, right on the side of the Cupid's bow. Remember, not too much because you don't want it to end up looking like a mustache. And then there's also going to be some shading right here where the cheekbones are. It's gonna come at an angle, like from mid-ear down to in between the lips and the nose. And I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, and there you go. I've got my shading on my cheeks, shading on my lips, shading on my nose, shading around the eyes, and then my hair. I've got a side part here and her hair is coming down here. Obviously I would add a little bit more tone, probably blend. And then remember, don't forget the neck, right? And there you go. I can't wait to see your faces.